Hey guys, and welcome to a rather unusual episode of Sonic Multiverse. Longclaw was an owl introduced during the 2020 Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Despite dying off-screen within the first 2 minutes of knowing the character, we did get to learn a bit about her backstory during the sequel. In Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it was revealed that the Echidna clan abused the power of the Master Emerald, an emerald that was comprised of the 7 Chaos Emeralds put into one. However, their villainy was put to an end when a group of warrior owls came to defeat the clan's leader and steal the Master Emerald away. One of these owls was Longclaw. Sometime after stashing away the Master Emerald on a backwater planet known as Earth, she came across a young hedgehog known as Sonic, who had incredible speed and powers. So naturally, she took him under her wing. Sadly, this only put Sonic into harm's way when the Echidnas finally tracked her down. Not only did they want to steal the power of the Master Emerald, but now they wished to obtain the power that Sonic possessed. Longclaw would meet her end on that day, but not without taking down most of the Echidna with her, and managing to send Sonic to Earth. But what if things played out differently? What if Longclaw survived? Also, before we get started, I do want to mention, yes, I am aware that there is a deleted scene depicting Longclaw surviving for longer than we initially saw. And that is actually the deleted scene that inspired this what if. However, we didn't really know much about the owl lore in that scene, and I feel like if we had that information, the events of the film would have played out quite differently. Now, with all that said, let's get into this. Longclaw evades the attack of the Echidnas, opening up a portal, sending herself and the young Sonic to Earth. Sonic looks around to see a tropical environment with a vast ocean beyond them. This is a location we know as the Hawaiian Islands. The young Sonic, quite rightfully so, has a lot of questions about what just happened. Longclaw promises that she'll explain everything in due time, but right now they need to get moving. She bought the two of them some time choosing this backwater planet to hide out on, but it's only a matter of time before the Echidnas find them again. Time this, time that, can you please just tell me, Longclaw? The motherly owl sighs. Okay, Sonic. I suppose you deserve to know. Longclaw removes some sand from the ground they stand on, and places a small compass-like device into it. Just then, the vast ocean that Sonic had mere moments ago not given a second thought to began to part. Emerging from the waves was a temple, a labyrinth full of mazes and stone. Longclaw gave Sonic a gesture, inviting him to follow her into the temple. The owl advised the young hedgehog to follow her lead in avoiding the booby traps, but Sonic found it a lot more enjoyable to just test his luck and run straight through the maze. Despite all odds, Sonic eventually makes his way to the center of the temple. There, he finds a strange altar that Longclaw is protecting, along with a large green emerald, the Master Emerald. Longclaw explains the legend of the Master Emerald, and how it was the sworn duty of the owls to protect the Master Emerald. But with them all gone, it's come down to her. She knows with her age she won't be able to do this forever. I was hoping it would never come to this, Sonic. I was hoping this godforsaken emerald would be lost to time. Simply another fairy tale. But the Echidnas have found me. It's only a matter of time before they find the emerald. And now I've wrapped you into all this. Longclaw, that's not your... Yes, it is, Sonic. This was not the life I hoped for you, but I will train you to protect the Master Emerald, as I once did. From that day forth, Sonic was trained in the art of combat. His skills were refined and perfectly complemented his overall speed and power. This far more disciplined upbringing created a far more stoic version of Sonic. However, his natural ego, attitude, and fun-loving nature would occasionally peek through the seriousness. After all, only Sonic the Hedgehog could take this serious mission and find some enjoyment out of it. However, one fateful day, almost 10 years after his initial arrival on Earth, a ring portal appeared at the heart of the temple. The Echidnas had found them. Sonic and Longclaw took on a defensive position. They weren't about to stand by and let these creeps steal the Master Emerald. The Echidnas took their shot, firing several arrows and spears at the warriors, but Sonic and Longclaw's combined speed and skill were able to overwhelm them. However, partway through the fight, the Echidnas suddenly stepped aside. They were no longer fighting, they were no longer defending themselves. The heroes were confused and looked down the crowd to see a menacing force staring back at them. This Echidna was clearly younger than most of the warriors in his tribe, but stared at them with fiercity few others showed. This was Knuckles, the champion of the Knuckles tribe. "So, what do you want, pal?" "Only what is rightfully ours, Hedgehog. Relinquish the emerald, and you may live." Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly. As if on cue, Longclaw suddenly lunges forward. She begins to frantically flap her wings, getting Knuckles off guard. Taking advantage of his brief state of confusion, Longclaw tries to scratch the Echidna with her talons, and could have potentially ripped out his eyes. But the Echidna caught the attack, knocking her aside. Sonic quickly launched in, trying to knock Knuckles away, but he simply caught the attack, slamming him into the dirt. Sonic lay dazed on the ground. Knuckles took advantage of the weakness, grabbing one of the spears from one of his fallen allies, and preparing to finish off Sonic with it. As Longclaw was getting up, she saw what was about to happen. She couldn't let this happen to Sonic, someone she almost saw as a son. She raced forward, slamming into the Echidna, with a small tussle breaking out, until the spear slammed into her side. Not in a fatal spot, but definitely enough to put her out of the fight. Seeing this unfold, something snapped in Sonic. Cyan blue energy began to electrocute off of his body. A large flash of electrical light, one that could be seen for miles, erupted from Sonic. "Get away from her!" Sonic and Knuckles began to attack each other at super speed, knocking each other around. However, despite Knuckles' best attempts, Sonic was simply too powerful, and with the added training he had in this timeline, was more than capable of defeating the Red Echidna. "Enough! You may keep the emerald, warrior. For now. But know we will return. I'll be waiting. And by the way, the name's Sonic." As the Echidna warriors returned to their village, Sonic helped tend to Longclaw's wounds. "You fought valiantly, Sonic. Such fighting prowess would make my brothers and sisters quite proud." "Well, I had a good teacher, didn't I?" After a moment of silence, the two embrace in a warm hug, the kind only a son and mother could know, before rising up and preparing to watch the Master Emerald once more. Unaware to the Guardians, Sonic's little outburst did not go unnoticed. In a top-secret laboratory, a brilliant yet deranged man took note. And so concludes another episode of Sonic Multiverse. Do you guys like this what if? How do you think events could have played out differently if Longclaw didn't die within the first 2 minutes of us knowing her? And would you be interested in seeing this series continue? Or do you think it works best as just a one-off what if? Leave your answers in the comments below. I'm ConFan13, and have a good day.